broadcast. Well, in case you've missed it in our first hour, we are debuting a brand new Sub-Zero Wolf Bentwood kitchen here today at the broadcast, and we are so excited. We're here with the executive chef from Sub-Zero Wolf, Mr. Garth Blackburn. You whipped up some bacon for us in the first hour, which I was really excited
I feel like
about.
we need to have some wine in here because this is such a celebratory event.
It really is. I mean, I don't know where the cocktails are, but I think Haley Hamilton's up in the next episode, or the next segment. Okay, so while we're introducing our new kitchen, there's so many new features that we don't understand, and you kept using the term in the first hour, induction. And I feel like that's some sort of ceremony. So I don't know what, I'm going to ask the dumb question. I don't know what you mean when you say that.
Induction is a way of heating, unlike an electric cooktop that uses a magnet, an electromagnet. So the pots and pans that you put on there, a magnet needs to be able to stick to them. They have to be ferrous.
So if I put my hand on it, it's not going to burn my hand, but if I put a pan on it, it will heat the pan.
Exactly.
So it's great for kiddos. Yeah, I don't think my apartment complex has these.
and to kind of compare them, we had to say be stuck with electric here, but induction really performs like gas. And to use kind of that Kmart commercial that you guys aired earlier, they had one in between that I like to steal for my cooking demos. The Wolf also makes some great big gas ranges.
Wow.
And when you put the big and the gas range together, it comes out being a kind of an awkward term on the big gas range.
Well, it's
so here we're going to do induction.
Big gas range, yeah.
Right, you can say it, not me. So we're going to put some kosher salt on there.
And I love that while you're whipping up our recipe for us, we're getting to learn our new features.
What are we making?
Kitchen.
This is actually a Texas raised cow. This is the ribeye roast. It's from Heart Brand beef. So we'll put a little bit of oil in here.
Are you a snob about beef? Like, do you like it to come from Texas?
I do as much local as possible. I just think that that's the best way to go. And this is one of the breeds that's used for Wagyu cattle. If you've ever heard of Kobe, if it's in Japan, it would be Wagyu here. And it's very healthy fat, which is really interesting. That's why it's called Heart Brand beef.
What do you have
I was
all
about
over
to say,
this?
what had you have marinating?
So I let it, look, during the last break, I want to have about 5 minutes of letting the cocoa powder and the coffee start to pull itself into the meat.
You put cocoa powder and coffee on top of red meat. That is
right here.
Really interesting.
It adds a richness. You won't really taste it, but there's a richness that you can't get any other way. But we didn't salt it until right before we seared it because salt pulls moisture out. So we
want to keep it as juicy as possible.
Right,
okay, so you put it on the induction stove top in this pot for how long?
We're just going to get a quick sear. We're just going to get a quick sear, and we could braise it. So if we wanted to, after we got the nice sear in there, we could add a little bit of liquid, maybe some beef stock or some demi-glace, put that in the oven on low heat. Or I wanted a dry crust on it. So what we did instead was I roasted it in our convection steam oven, and I actually set it for what minute I wanted it ready. So Amy, if you look at the clock up there, it says how far away we are right now.
25 seconds, is that right?
1 minute and 23 seconds.
Okay.
And at that point, we pull it out, it's actually cooked, and it's already rested.
That's amazing.
Wow.
And so if you're a little challenged in the kitchen,
so usually people have to cook it, and then they have to pull it out, and they have to let it rest, and that takes another, what, like
10, 15 minutes easily. So in this case, we're just going to pull it right out of there and start slicing it. And the great thing is, if you're cooking at low heat, you don't have as much carryover. So if you don't have a Wolf convection steam oven yet, what I recommend that you do is you cook it at a low temperature, like 250 degrees, and that'll guarantee the perfect doneness across the meat rather than having the outside more cooked than the inside is.
I love all of these interesting facts, and I wish I knew how to cook so I could
You're learning.
You are.
Put all of it for you.
I just love this whole chocolate and espresso
You'll just put some of that mustard on the top there.
Yeah.
So you want to...
This is going to help create that crust. And it's also going to be the glue that allows the herbs to stick to it. So this is a mix of rosemary, thyme, and parsley.
Is that too much mustard?
Nope, that looks good.
Oh, really?
I'll let you do the singing on that.
Yeah, you're doing good.
All right, so sprinkle some of the herbs on. And that's what you guys have been smelling in the set. It's been slow roasting, kind of baking into the meat.
I would like it to start slow roasting into my mouth.
Thanksgiving is coming.
Let's get me some meat. Give me
Let's
some
look.
meat.
Okay, so I think we are ready to roll. So we're 5 seconds out. So at this point, we'll just go ahead and turn the oven off.
I'm gonna get out of the way and let you pull the big daddy out. Wow.
So here's what's interesting. Do you notice that I just pulled?
Why do you have like a phone charger?
Where are your mitts? Where are your mitts?
I don't need mitts because it already turned the oven off and allowed the meat to rest. So you feel it's warm, right?
Yeah, it is warm, but it's not so hot that you can't
touch it.
Can we talk about why you have a thing that looks like a phone charger in the meat?
Can I pull this out?
For some people, there's a little bit less hope on cooking in the kitchen than others.
This would be a tool for you, Courtney.
It really is. This is what's going to guarantee the perfect doneness for the meat.
Operator, hello.
Hello. Test 1, 2. Oh my gosh, give me a bite of that right now.
Let's take a look.
How's she looking? Wow. Look how pretty.
Oh, and I get to go right to the gym after this. That'll be fun.
Smells amazing.
Take a look there.
So what would you suggest we pair this with?
Wine, of course, or
Yes.
next week I'm going to be featuring what we'll be doing on every show is one of the adult beverages, adult milkshakes.
Yes.
That'd be a good after dinner for you. Enjoy the beverage. You've had a little bit of Cabernet with it. This, as I mentioned, is a fairly high-fat cut of meat.
Yep.
So go ahead and slice you guys a couple of pieces.
Okay. Amy.
Don't need to cut yours in half.
Yeah, please. I don't want that big. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Delish.
And you notice there's not a ton of juice out. The doneness is spot on. So if you're not using the convection steam oven,
perfect.
just
My
do that
husband would
low
love that.
temperature. So you get that nice, even doneness all the way through.
It's totally perfect.
perfect. It is
I love
perfect.
that.
Thank you
Oh my gosh,
so
this
much.
is so tasty. I'm so excited that you're going to be coming back and helping us learn how to use this whole oven, or whole
Excited
system.
to be here.
This thing is
Absolutely.
amazing. This
Yeah,
is going to be
because
fun.
we've got a steamer over here. We've got this injection, convection. I'm just excited about learning all these
The
new
phone
terms. Bart.
charger,
I know.
steam oven that just does it
It's
all,
like you're
right?
going to turn me into a cook. And I know.
it's going to
great.
happen. It's really going to happen,
It
y'all.
will.
A miracle.
Okay, you guys, be sure to check out the amazing things that are happening at Sub-Zero Wolf by visiting their showroom. It's right here in Dallas, and it's off of Lemon Avenue. Tell them I sent you, because obviously I send people to, cooking places all the time. Okay, up next, how do you keep up with the good, the bad, that can filter into your teenager's world? That's where pediatrician Dr. Sue Hubbard's ebook can be your new best read. Tattoos and Texting, Parenting Today's Teens. We're giving you all the details on that when we come back.